Ever lost your glasses and wished you could just feel where they are? Or wondered if that sandwich is secretly out to get you? Stick with me. We're uncovering 6 clever tricks to tap the all-conscious, your body's hidden wisdom. Even Einstein was curious about this stuff. It's called Radiesthesia. Don't trip over the word. It's just your body picking up vibes for life's questions, like a compass connecting with the magnetic field. All these methods we'll explore today rest on a simple idea. Your body is part and parcel of a whole. It has the capacity, if called upon, to connect with the intelligence that governs the whole. It's like a living library, physical, mental, emotional, and even spiritual info, all waiting to be accessed and decoded through these tests. It's pretty wild, man. Anyone can ask a question using these methods without any training, just so long as they are able to maintain complete neutrality as to the answer. If it becomes a passion, it is worth spending several hours a day, every day, to gain the solid confidence which confirms a form of mastery. But the accuracy is always there, because it is the body communicating. There is no limit to the applications, finding lost objects, sidestepping bad vibes or people, spotting health issues and what might be behind them, etc. The training is proportional to your commitment, but it's the perfect way to tune into life's hidden signals. Imagine yourself picking that up too. It's pretty special, isn't it? It isn't new. It goes way back. Imagine cavemen swinging sticks to find dinner. The examples are endless for the simple reason it works. Throughout the world, folks have trusted their bodies to sense the unseen, and it's a handy tool many could and should be using today to remove the guesswork from life's mysteries. There are so many applications. Biohacking, where you can ask if a supplement's good or detrimental for you. Preppers and self-sufficient types, locating the closest water source on their land. Or even daily, checking if that break's giving you allergies. It's intriguing now. From pendulums to muscle nudges, Radiesthesia says your body's got answers, if you ask. Some scoff, but it works. My friend Abby, who's behind the camera today, has been my test subject for some of these methods, and I'll show you how they've played out. Want to see if your body's got a story to tell? The first method uses tools like the L-rods, hazel twig in its original form, or pendulum, which connect with unseen energies or disturbances, often in the ground, but are equally useful for other purposes too. Here I'm showing how to hold an L-rod to find underground water. Typically, the rods would cross to indicate water below, but since that didn't make the cut, imagine it happening now. Next, I'll show you the hazel twig in action. There's underground water pipes in the neighborhood here. I'd like to try and find them. It's definitely indicating something happening here. And as I continue onwards, and it's coming back to the horizontal position. So let's see. Yeah, so indicating a fairly strong presence here when the point heads down. So using the pendulum Am I over underground water here? Yes. Am I over underground water here? No. Over here? No. Now, let's switch gears to something a bit more hands-on. Our second method, kinesiological muscle testing, or KMT for short. This one's a gem that came out of the 1960s, dreamed up by a chiropractor named George Goodhart. He figured out that your muscle strength can spill the beans on what's going on inside. Your body's energy balance, health, you name it. Here's how it works. You stretch out your arm, and someone presses down on your wrist while you push back. If your arm holds strong, that's a yes, everything's in harmony. If it weakens, that's a no, something's off. Pretty cool, no? You've tested this with Abby, asking things like, is that wheat bread doing you good? And her arm's got a knack for telling the truth. It's like your body's playing detective with you. All right, now let's dive into the Biodigital O-ring test, conjured up by Dr. Yoshiaki Omura back in the 1980s. The Biodigital O-ring test can be done with two people or individually when you pull. So, is the banana good for me? Yeah, looks like it. For Abby, is the banana? It just breaks. So it's always better for the person who's asking the question to do the test. But it is possible for you to test on behalf of someone else. But don't forget, you have to put your spirit into the other person. And what I think, what I know, what's good, what's bad, is neither here nor there. I'm talking about Abby and the banana, and my finger comes through. So, in this case, not good for Abby. Next up, we've got the friction test. And the index finger moves across the thumbnail. So, when I'm asking, is this banana good for me? I shake my hand at the wrist and it moves. If you did this with the banana in your hand, or let's put the banana on the table, is this banana good for Abby? The finger sticks. It doesn't move. It sticks on the thumbnail. So this is a really useful method of testing. You're in the supermarket. Which carrots are better for me? You look at the carrots. Ah, yeah, that's good. Look at those carrots over there. Ah, it sticks. So those are the carrots for you. As I say, it's a very practical, a lot more discreet than taking out your pendulum. Are these carrots the right ones for me, or those ones over there? It's a convenient method. Time to shift gears. Let's move on to the sway test. Let's have a look at the sway test. So you stand with your feet slightly apart, and you simply ask the question. Relax at the shoulders, relax everywhere. Is the banana good for me? And you'll find your body being carried forward. The banana is good for me. So, is the banana here good for Abby? So I'm conveyed over to Abby, and my body falls back. Banana's not good for Abby. Now, let's stretch into the toe-touching test. Now then, the toe-touching test. This is rather elaborate, but a good example of how the body can be used to answer a question. So there you are standing there, and you just reach down and try and touch your toes. I'm an old man, I can't touch my toes today. But I've taken the standard. I know how far my hands go down. Now I'm going to ask a question. Do I love my dog Balu? And as you can see, the hands go down further. So when it's a positive answer, the reach will be extended. Do I like cats? And I'm trying to reach down, and I've got nothing against cats, but I don't like them very much. And lastly, I'll wrap it up with why the pendulums may go to. So you get the idea. You can use these various methods, some of them more practical than others, which is why, personally, I prefer the pendulum. One hand, all by myself. I don't need other people to test or to do the kinesiological muscle testing. I can do it all by myself, sitting, standing, wherever I am. And the beauty of it is you can incorporate the pendulum with your charts. So as I say, pendulum, one hand, and with the chart. And you've got the possibilities of putting so much information on a chart. So whether you're dealing with geopathic stress, the type of influences which one can be involved in, the type of person you're dealing with, so the 6 colors, 8 internal colors to find out whether the person is in harmony with external, internal, the first indication as to whether there is a health issue. I personally use traditional Chinese medicine in order to diagnose. You could use, of course, allopathic medicine, but that would be illegal if I did that. I'm not a doctor. I have studied traditional Chinese medicine. I have studied Ayurveda. I find the TCM much more comprehensive. And so you have the organs on your chart, and you've got a scale of 0 to 10. You can find out on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being weak, 10 being strong, what's going on. Emotionally, for example, the internal color is red. So turn over the chart, and using again traditional Chinese medicine, anger, fear, shock, melancholia, sadness, etc. You can narrow down and point out to the person, oh, you seem to be very angry today. They're going to look at you and say, how the hell do you know? Well, I don't. But the pendulum is indicating that you are angry. Do you want to talk about it? You access the person on a purely psychological level and hopefully can take it further and be of use. So all of your information you can put down on a chart and use in order to be useful. So it's as simple as that. If you're curious about pendulum dowsing or would like to learn more about the various pendulums out there, I've got a free beginner's guide to pendulum dowsing. Just check the link in the description box below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe for more Radiesthesia updates. I'd be incredibly grateful if you would consider supporting my work on Patreon. Your support allows me to continue creating content that empowers you to take control of your health, whether it's exploring colloidal minerals, radiesthesia, or holistic health solutions. Together, we can build a community focused on actionable knowledge and real positive change. Every contribution, no matter the amount, plays a key role in furthering this mission. If you'd like to be part of this journey, check out my Patreon page. Thank you for your support and for being part of this growing movement. See you in the next video.